Another common reason I've observed projects failing is due to the governance and maintenance being largely ignored. As mentioned earlier, SharePoint is a massive platform, and to successfully maintain it you need a mix of soft and hard technical skills. And to explain what I'm getting at, let me list just a few. You need IIS, Windows Server, TCP/IP, network, SQL Server, advanced administration, firewalls, proxies, AD, authentication, security, infrastructure design, hardware, performance monitoring, capacity planning, workflow, browsers, Office tools, ASP, .NET, HTML, JavaScript, AJAX, XSL, Exchange, SMTP, CSS, clustering, network load balancing, SANS, backup solutions, single sign-on. I think you start to get the point. Without the skill set to properly configure, maintain, and monitor your SharePoint solution, you are putting it at risk. To make matters worse, we have this word called governance. For this topic as well, we could host a whole webinar on, but suffice to say, ignore this at your peril. A lack of defined processes and responsibilities leads to a slowly eroding state of acceptability. And even the most effectively planned deployments, it results in a deterioration of quality. You see, good governance is not about decreasing risk, but about implementing structures and patterns to improve practices. I'm of the opinion that you can never really achieve perfect governance in SharePoint. The product, by its very nature, a collaboration platform, you need to put in place practices that still facilitate that active collaboration. I don't know, again, how many clients I've been to and how many deployments that have these massive sprawling sites with deep nested structures and silos of significantly important information with impossible navigation. Effective SharePoint governance planned upfront can mitigate those risks. So how do you effectively plan governance? The following are some things to think about when planning governance. Firstly, you need to understand the need for it, which is probably one of the most overlooked steps. Hopefully it's rather apparent given the recent examples. Secondly, you need to build your governance team. And these teams, they need to have users from throughout your entire organization. You need business strategy, you need tactical operations, you also need technical support team members. Once you've defined that team, you need to define exactly how your organization should use SharePoint. You can run up matrices with the SharePoint will do this and SharePoint will not do this classification. Once those are defined, you can go and create and practice all of your policies and procedures. It's important to mention that this is an iterative process. As new features or functionalities are added, or patterns and practices change, so should your governance planning. Some final tips and hints on governance. There is an excellent governance checklist that was released by Microsoft for SharePoint 2007. Another important tip is to create your governance plan in a governance site. So put it on SharePoint. Publish your governance teams and their processes. This is also a handy adoption technique. As a final note on governance and maintenance, SharePoint, for all its good points, does have an undeniable cost of ownership. And this does fall directly into the governance area. So with correct delegation and process in place, you can significantly distribute the costs whilst increasing the effectiveness of the solution.